Best day ever. It's going to be the best day ever. So excited to show you what I have here in my left hand. This is an Axe Maul, M-A-U-L, and the reason I got this is we have a number of trees that are going to be coming down on our property, and I want to cut them into firewood. And so I've been researching different places to find a good piece of equipment that's going to be able to handle the job. And so this, I'm going to take the sheath off here. This is what's called an Axe Maul, M-A-U-L, and a maul is different from an axe. An axe has a thin head to it, and this is designed with a thicker head right here, so when it goes through a piece of wood, it will split it in half. And so this is a good day because I have my steel toe boots on and I have my protective glasses, and you get to see me using the Axe Maul for the very first time. And they say this is so good, I should be able to cut a piece of wood with one hand. And so here we go. You get to see me doing this. One-handed Axe Maul, very first time. And so I'm gonna allow you right now to stop the video and take bets. Do you think I'll be able to do it? Do you think I won't be able to do it? Or how many of you think Jones is gonna cut a couple toes off? So here we go. Axe Maul, one hand. Right there, baby. There it is. Super excited. All right, so the reason I have this out is I obviously don't want to just show you me cutting wood. That would be ugly. But when we bought our house out here in the sticks, one of the things that it had was a wood burning fireplace. And we've always had electric fireplaces. And honestly, we didn't like it. That was one of the things we didn't like about the house, is that we were going to have to burn wood. And the reality is now it's one of our favorite things. We love building a fire in the fireplace. And now when I started building fires, I had no idea what I was doing. And I learned very quickly that you can't have pieces of wood that are very far apart. You have to get them close enough so that there's a combustible reaction, so that when they're lit and they're burning, when they're close enough, the heat and the convection of the air going between them will cause them to burn, sustain the heat, versus if you put them alone and you separate them, the fires are going to go out. And I think you know where I'm going with this example. Christianity is like that. The Bible talks about in 53 different places. The original Greek, there's this reflexive pronoun that's used 53 times in the New Testament. And it is meant to convey the fact that when you live solo lives as Christians, you come in, you come out, do your own thing, and you think that just going to church is enough, and I can do Christianity on my own. Eventually, when we're separated, what's going to happen is our fires are going to burn out. But you get a normal person like me and you, and suddenly we're together in a group, and as normal people, we're going through our daily lives, right? And we have our struggles and difficulties and that sort of thing. But what happens is that when you put two disciples of Jesus in close proximity with one another, something magical happens. Forgive one another, encourage one another, exhort one another, teach one another. We're told over and over again, Christianity is not something that's done very well alone, that it's meant to be done together in community. So as you dig into the scripture verses that you're looking at in our study for this week, I want you to begin to visualize being in community with other disciples of Jesus is not an extra thing that we do, it's what we do in order to stay alive. It's like no one gets up and ask themselves the question, am I going to eat today? We're going to eat, we're going to drink water, we're going to sleep, because we need these things to live. And it needs to become normal in our community for all of the disciples of Jesus to think that being close and connected with one another in community is just as vital as eating and breathing and sleeping. And so I continue to hear great things that are coming out of the studies. Dig into the passage this week, and I look forward to hearing all that God is doing in your little community as you're coming together.